So in this video, we continue our timber frame garden shed woodshed project. And I'm going to cover the making of the knee braces and some of the smaller beam members. Now, timber framing nerds have a word for these things. They call them scantlings. Okay, so when laying out the knee braces, the critical dimension is actually this one right here. However, I think I'll start by cutting it to overall length. I've got 3 scraps cut from floor joists here to start. I prefer to do my marking with a knife rather than a pencil. So 37 5/8 right there. I then use the first knee brace as a template to lay out other similar sized braces, and then it's back to the chop saw to cut those out. I then use a shop-made layout square to mark up the 1.5 inch tenons on each end of the knee braces. This is where I wish I had that radial arm saw set up, because I don't really trust the depth stop on this rigid saw. I want to go here. And about there.
So I did a test fit of my first brace with this post and this girt. This is one of my longer braces. It's 24 inches along the reference dimension, and there was some swearing off camera. It didn't go together right the first time. The post wouldn't seat all the way down in, and I figured out that the critical dimension is actually this point to this point. And when I measured carefully, I was about a 1/16 of an inch long. That makes a big difference. I shaved off a 1/16, and now everything fits together nicely. I checked square using the carpenter square. It looks good. More accurately, I did the 3, 4, 5 rule, and it checked out nice and square. So I think we've got the braces figured out. I just have to make a lot more of them, and then we'll start putting this thing together.
So after getting all of the knee braces cut and rough sanded, I decided that I wanted to cut a bit of a scallop into the inside edge of the knee brace to give it a bit more of a refined look. For the arcs, I created a simple template using a scrap of 3/4 inch plywood and tracing the arc of the desired size onto the plywood.
So, power tools have the potential to speed up your work. They also have the potential to make mistakes much more quickly. With the last cut I made, cutting the cheek of the tenon, I wasn't happy with the squareness of the blade, so I set the blade to full depth and re-squared the base of the saw to the blade. And then I set up to cut the cheek cut of the tenon, and I was surprised when this chunk fell to the floor because I forgot to reset the depth to 1.5 inches. I had it full depth, it completely cut through my 3.5 inch member. So I have two choices. One, I can make a whole new piece of wood, and I say make because I don't have any stock this size. This was actually resawed from a 6x8 and then planed down to size. So making a new piece is a ton of work. My other option is to go from having a 3-inch tenon, since this piece is now 3 inches too short, to a 1.5 inch tenon on each end. And I think I'll do that because I was going to put a pin through those tenons, but honestly these are just small girts that are below a window frame. The frame is held at the top and the bottom by tenons and posts, so I don't think it will go anywhere. I will just make a 1.5 inch tenon on each end of this piece. You win some, you lose some. All right, so here we have it. One 3-inch tenon, one 1.5 inch tenon. Check for size with my tenon checker. One of these is for just the wall between the garden shed and the wood shed, and it's really just a nailer for siding. The other one goes underneath, is a girt underneath the window. I think I'll use the one with the stub tenon on the wall with just the siding, since it doesn't have to carry a lot of weight or anything there, and it'll be secured to the siding.
So that's it for making all of the knee braces and the minor framing members. Here I'm just doing a bit of a test fit to see how the one window wall goes together, and that went pretty well. Which means that in the next video we're finally ready for the fun part, which is raising the frame. I hope you'll check back in for that one. In the meantime, as always, thanks for watching.